Welcome to DCPS Early Childhood. We are happy to have you providing support to our 3 and 4-year-olds. Their parents have entrusted them to be safe and well cared for in DCPS schools. This video will cover active supervision of children and developmentally appropriate interactions. During this training video, we will cover strategies for exercising active supervision, including on the playground, in the bathroom, and during transitions. We will also discuss developmentally appropriate interactions. What is active supervision? Active supervision is the most effective strategy for creating a safe environment and preventing injuries in young children. It transforms supervision from a passive approach to an active skill. Active supervision requires focused attention and intentional observation of children at all times. Active monitoring of young children is critical in ensuring that children are kept safe at all times. Effective supervision means that all early childhood staff members must work to ensure that proper precautions are made to make the school environment as safe as possible for our youngest learners. This is often accomplished through focused and direct observations of all children. It is key to limit all distracting activities that may decrease the amount of time spent observing the children. Why is active supervision important?
First, I would say think of that child as your child. And that would look like making sure that you always have a line of sight up for those students. That means that you're up, you're walking around, you're talking to the students. We also do the count. I know it seems so simple. You walk 13 into the classroom. Make sure you walk 13 out. How can you do that? Have a counting game that you have in place for the students, which is one of the things we do. We also have the cards for students so that the paras, the teachers, the specials also know that it's important that we know who came into your class and who's leaving out of your class.
The next section covers active supervision strategies. The 6 active supervision strategies include setting up the environment, proper staff positioning, scanning and counting, listening, anticipating children's behavior, and redirecting. The first active supervision strategy is proper setup of the environment. Staff should set up the environment so that they can supervise children and be accessible at all times. When activities are grouped together and furniture is at waist height or shorter, adults are always able to see and hear children. The furniture should never create a visual block for the staff. All spaces should be kept clutter-free and set up so that children have clear play spaces that staff can observe. Staff should carefully plan where they will position themselves in the environment to prevent children from harm. Staff should strategically place themselves so that they can see and hear all of the children in their care. Staff are encouraged to create a zoning system specifying where each staff member will be located. Zoning is a method used to organize staff in the room by providing them with specific roles and duties. During every activity and transition between activities, each staff member should be assigned to an area of the room and is expected to perform a specific set of duties. Staff should always be able to account for the children in their care. Staff should continuously scan the entire environment to know where everyone is and what they are doing. Staff should count the children frequently to ensure that the number of children matches the number of children signed in on the roster. This is especially important during transitions when children are moving from one location to another. Staff should be familiar with face-to-name recognition systems. Examples of face-to-name recognition systems include cards containing the names of all pre-K students and an attendance roster with pictures of every student. Specific sounds or the absence of them may signify reason for concern. Staff who are listening closely to children immediately identify signs of potential danger. Programs that think systemically implement additional strategies to safeguard children. For example, bells added to doors help alert staff when a child leaves or enters the room. Staff should use what they know about each child's individual interests and skills to predict what he or she will do. Staff should be able to recognize when children might wander, get upset, or take a dangerous risk. Staff who know what to expect are better able to protect children from harm. Staff should use what they know about each child's individual needs and development to offer support. Staff wait until children are unable to problem solve on their own to get involved. They may offer different levels of assistance or redirection depending on each individual child's needs. Risk assessments allow educators to determine the level of supervision that is required for particular situations that may arise throughout the school day. For example, An educator may recognize that a particular activity that involves some risk requires close supervision. Alternatively, if children are participating in low-risk activities, the educator can focus their attention on engaging with children. It is critical for active supervision to be practiced at all times throughout the school day. Crucial times for focused attention and supervision include outdoor recess on the playground, bathroom breaks, and transitions. We will explore how active supervision can be practiced at each of these times during the school day in the next few sections. Active supervision practices also apply to the outdoor activity spaces. Safe and interesting outdoor spaces are developmentally appropriate, offering activities that fit the children's motor, cognitive, and social-emotional abilities. Some of the recommended playground supervision strategies include: 1. Early childhood staff should encourage all children to use the bathroom before going to the playground. Early childhood staff should also remember to take the mobile first aid kit to the playground. 2. Collaborate with other staff members on the early childhood team to ensure that children are kept within sight lines of at least one staff member. 3. Position staff members so that all areas of the playground can be observed at all times. 4. Continuously scan the playground area to observe the children and any problems which may arise. 5. Early childhood staff should take attendance and count the children before the children return inside. Early childhood staff should use the face-to-name recognition system. Most preschool children are not developmentally ready to be left in the bathroom alone because they do not have the self-control and good judgment to avoid risks. Be sure that at least one staff person is supervising preschool children in the bathroom. Prior to allowing any preschool student to use the bathroom, one staff member should check the bathroom to ensure that there are not any safety hazards. The bathroom should also be checked to ensure that there are not any older children or adults in the bathroom. One staff member should be posted in the bathroom to monitor and help out when children are using the toilets. While some children may want some privacy while using the restroom, it is important that children remain at least partially visible to the supervising adult. For example, children's legs and feet can remain visible from a bathroom stall door or a curtain. Students should also be reminded to follow hand-washing procedures. During transitions, staff should be able to account for all children with name-to-face recognition by visually identifying each child. Staff should conduct a count of the children prior to taking the children to other locations in the building. Prior to leaving the primary location, children should be put in a formation so that visibility can be maintained during the transition to the new location. One adult should be positioned at the front of the line and one at the back of the line. The person in front should be walking backwards, if possible, so that children remain within his or her sight. One suggested tool that can be used during transitions are the walking ropes. Each child should have a designated spot on the walking rope to hold on to. Upon arrival to the secondary location, take account of the children to ensure that all children arrive safely to the new destination. The following picture shows the early childhood walking rope. Each child should have a designated spot on the walking rope to hold on to. The next section covers developmentally appropriate interactions between early childhood staff and preschool students. Research has suggested that teacher-child relationships play a significant role in influencing young children's social and emotional development. In studies of teacher-child relationships, children who had a secure relationship with their preschool teacher demonstrated good peer interactions and positive relationships with teachers and peers in elementary school. On the other hand, children who had insecure relationships with teachers had more difficulty interacting with peers and engaged in more conflict with their teachers. Adult behaviors such as listening to children, making eye contact with them, engaging in many one-to-one, face-to-face interactions with young children promote secure teacher-child relationships. Talking to children using pleasant, calm voices and simple language, and greeting children warmly when they arrive help establish secure relationships between school staff and children. It is important for early childhood program staff to get on the child's level for all face-to-face interactions. Early childhood program staff should also acknowledge children for their accomplishments and effort. Now that you have watched this training video, it is important for you to always do the following things while providing support to DCPS preschool students. 1. Never leave children unattended or unsupervised, including in the hallway. 2. Count the children regularly and especially at transition so you always know who is present. 3. Always utilize the face-to-name recognition system. 4. Practice developmentally appropriate interactions with children. Please contact the DCPS Early Childhood Education Division through email at dcps.earlychildhood@k12.dc.gov with any questions.